Da na 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 na. Da-na-na. Okay, yeah. Hi, Space Peeps. We have no music today, but I got you, don't you worry. Welcome to SFN, your preeminent source for space and defense news and all things tangentially related. We're your hosts, loyal to the foil, here at Houston Mission Control. And we've got Alara of Sirius in low Earth orbit. And we're here live every Sunday night.
Let's do this, Space Peeps. Welcome to Space Force News Live. I am Alara of Sirius in my low Earth orbit spaceship, which everybody should be familiar with by now, and it's super awesome, and I love it. And we got Loyal to the Foil. I don't know which side of me she's on, so I'll just do this. How about that?
What up, Space Peeps?
Yeah, Loyal to the Foil, my wonderful co-host with all those big, beautiful brains in there that just for days. And she has a photographic memory, so winning either way. Can I get a 5? Right. Speaking of the Department of Winning, where is he tonight?
Right.
Speaking of, can I get a 5x5 in the chat if the audio is good, you guys? We got lots of news tonight. We got lots of news, lots of happenings, and we got
big happenings.
Yeah, we got good news, and we got not the greatest news, but we'll start with as soon as I start seeing my 5x5s, and I know our chat's good.
Yeah.
So look, Space Peeps, it's so good to see you. Love by the Moon, Tyler, Christina, Wayne, Roseanne. I see G Morty, Wayne, Paula Russo, Rainbow Snuggle Fritz. I love that name.
I know,
Cody,
right?
Dead Skull, Fisherman's. I'm getting 5x5, so we're good. So that is the good news, friends. I have been working hard. This is why I haven't gotten all the Pink Patriot episodes uploaded to BitChute, because I have been working hard on getting rid of the stuttering problem. And anybody that's been watching either Pink Patriot or this show or really any show on my channel knows that Alara, her thing stutters from time to time, and she's got a covfefe. Well, I have solved the covfefe problem. I am proud to report. So
But now we got no music.
But just for this week. Yeah. So for those of you that are new, normally when the show opens, we play some really groovy space news music. But that didn't happen today. That's okay though.
It's all good though.
It's all about rolling with the punches lately, right?
Right,
everybody.
It's all about winning. We got this.
Right, we got this. So, and another exciting news, apparently, I hear, YouTube tells me I'm monetized now. Now, I haven't gotten a super chat yet. I don't know what that experience is like.
Feel free to be the first and test that out.
Feel free to be the first and let us know if it's actually working. Hello, Brad. I think I said Love by the Moon already. Grand Rising, Courtney, Mary, Patriot 1771. I do have a quick request. I saw there was a concern with G Morty's sister in the chat earlier, that she's ill and things are not looking good for him and her. So, Patriots, can I please get some prayer for G Morty and his family? Things like that are always difficult to deal with, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could say some prayers for him.
That would be love.
Yes, most definitely. Okay, so thank you very much, Lotus. I appreciate that. Hi, Mel. Good to see you. Hi, Patricia. So what we're okay. So
there's already 77 people here. It's because there's nothing else to watch on YouTube.
Foil
YouTube sucks now. Thank you for being here with us.
Right. Yeah, we appreciate it. No, really, though, let's get into some of that, you guys, before we get into any of the space news today. We got some exciting space news, but we're not loaded.
Oh, look at that. Boom.
Oh, thank you, Todd Varner.
Look at that, Tyler.
Thank you, Tyler.
Coming in with the 50.
It works. We have super chats now. Do you know how exciting this is? Like,
Alara is going to get a space chair, guys.
I haven't. Thank you so much, Tyler. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's much love, you
Todd
guys.
Warner.
Thanks, Todd.
We really appreciate it so much. Wow, this is like the most exciting thing. With all this depressing news going on, this is like, wow, right? Alara's monetized. I've literally been waiting like a year to get monetized, you guys. Like literally a year. And YouTube sent me the thing and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. How did I get monetized? So I don't know. But and how Kate is still standing through the what do we want to call it? We got to make an apocalyptic
The Purge.
name. The Purge,
Man,
dude.
The
Purge 2020.
I don't know, we had the Twitpocalypse the other day. I don't know. We call this Purge Massacre on YouTube.
Right. So let me kind of tell you guys what the game plan moving forward is with, because those of you that watch this show or watch my channel know that I, have another show on another channel, and it gets kind of crazy. So Kate Awakening is still standing so far. So what I think we're going to do is I'm going to take all the Pink Patriot podcast and Pink Patriot Hour, which is what it used to be known by. So Pink Patriot Hour originally started on this channel, and we moved it to its own channel, and then some major changes were made after that. Kate started doing the show with me, so we went ahead and just moved it over to her channel. In light of what's happened and everybody getting pulled down in the purge, I think what's going to happen at this point, because I had already kind of wanted to do this anyways, I'm going to upload all the Pink Patriot episodes of any kind, past, present, future, will all go on BitChute. We're all still trying to figure out right now where we're going to stream to. Kate and I were looking into DLive. We like the platform for sure.
I'm a fan of DLive.
But there's talk about maybe going to Twitch. We're looking into that too. And then I was watching Methods in Red Pill tonight, and they were talking about this. What is it? What do you pronounce it, Foil? Cloud something or other?
Clout Hub.
Clout Hub. So I guess Red Pill's going to be going over there to Clout Hub. And
let me just throw this in that Twitch at one point censored the Prez. I would be against. Yeah, I would advise against giving them any views.
So here's the problem with DLive and Twitch and these gaming platforms is your content doesn't stay up there. It gets, it only stays up there for a certain amount of time. So you have to stream to there, get your live audience there, and then you got to pull it and upload it to BitChute so people have a place to go and watch your videos. Yeah, so that's kind of complicated. So I think we're all still kind of trying to brainstorm and figure out exactly how we're all going to do this, which is why it's really important that we all let each other know every opportunity we get about who's going where and what's happening. So far, what I can tell you is, where do I have it here? Okay, so Where We Go One, We Go All channel, Brad Calogero gets. He is going to be on DLive for his friggin' Friday nights with Craig Mason. That will be on Craig Mason's DLive. Craig Mason's DLive. Reasonable TV. Okay, you can find all of Brad's content at Brad CGZ. That's his handle on BitChute. I believe he has all of his content up there now. So you can find all of his content over there. Who else do we know about? I covered what we're doing with Pink Patriot. So we're either going to go to DLive or Twitch is what it looks like. Unless this cloud bot, which could be a permanent thing, I guess, because it's not just a streaming service. So Kate and I are going to look into that maybe. So, so this Pink Patriot podcast this Wednesday everything's going to be kind of weird. So you're going to have to roll with this with the guerrilla style programming thing, because that's just what's going to happen with this. These people aren't going to stop. They're going to try to come at us at all angles. So
within the next month,
yeah,
I will be doing my thing. I'm probably going to multi-stream. I think I'm going to stream to Periscope, DLive, and then there's always loyaltothefoil.com. I think that'll hold all the information I'm going to be doing, like document breakdowns. I don't know if you guys, if you don't follow me on Twitter, there's some fire up there.
Tell them what's up.
In the recent week.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Can't really go into a lot of detail, but well, I did post a document breakdown on the Senate committee reports on, certain corruption and, family names that have been in the news recently. Believe it or not, this came out in September. And, of course, nobody reported on it. So I did. And then just today, as a matter of fact, I found some really interesting information on Pacer, which, if you don't know, it's a repository for all sorts of links to, it's all government, like court websites. It's all the court documents you could ever want.
She found a really interesting civil case involving some people that are in the headlines right now. and their family members. That's kind of a big deal. So if you're on Twitter, go to Foyle's timeline and check that out. I haven't retweeted her yet. I don't know who has and who's seen it, but go check out what we're talking about. Before, I'll be surprised if those stay up. Honestly.
Yeah. I've got backups.
Right.
But in any case, I'm scared I don't even really know how to describe it because I don't want to get us dinged by the algorithms. So.
Right. So that's kind of the plan with this channel, you guys, is we always plan this from the start. This is exactly why I was so careful and why I pulled down the old Pink Patriot podcast episodes off this channel. My intent was to move them over to the other channel, but when everything changed with that dynamic, then they were just kind of left on my computer, and I really didn't know what to do. Make a playlist on Kate's, or we didn't know if we were going to start. We didn't know what we were going to do, so we just kind of got started. But now that this has happened, I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna. It forced me to go make a BitChute. Monique Worthy's episode is already up there. I've been working on fixing this audio issue. I'm gonna go upload all those Pink Patriot podcast episodes over there, and then we're gonna find a streaming platform to do the show, which we'll update when we're dead set on which one it'll be. And then all those Pink Patriot, they'll all get uploaded to BitChute, and they'll all be. You can find them there. So I'm gonna have a 1 foot in 5D BitChute, and I'm gonna have a Pink Patriot podcast BitChute, and Kate Awakening is gonna have her own BitChute too. So and we'll definitely post those on social media, whichever social media accounts we still have. So let you know the links to those, and I'll make sure and put them in the description below. Space Force News episode last week was the only one we think could cause an issue. So you may not be able to find that one for a little while, but if you can't find a particular episode you're looking for here, know that there's a reason you can't find it, and I will definitely locate it somewhere else if it's from the past, and I will let everybody know where they can find that episode. But that's why the game plan is being formed from here on out. So this is so exciting. Go check out what Foyle found today. Really, I was a little bit shocked by what she found.
I make no claims as to the veracity of what the dude was saying, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I've always thought that, honestly. I've always thought that.
I think pretty much everybody did.
And to see it in documented that somebody else is claiming that, and actually, I mean, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole thing. We shouldn't go into it, but the point is, go check it out. It's on Foyle's timeline. So what else? Do we know of any other people that we can let everybody know where they can find them? Do you guys have any concerns in the chat or questions about what's going on, about the purge and the Twitpocalypse? What up with the Twitpocalypse? Everything just restored the next day?
No, not everything. If you look, all your bookmarks are gone. Any searches you've done are gone. Now, I noticed I somehow had made it through the search ban and stuff. Now I am fully banned.
I have every ban there is. I always have. My account's throttled, and I have every ban there is except for Ghostman. It's been that way for I don't even know how long.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Right? It's nuts. So, and on here too, we're going to be super careful because we can at this point with this particular channel. We're just going to talk in a very, we're just going to be very careful how we talk. I just saw something super weird just happen in my control room panel. But hey, this is YouTube, right? You never know what's going to happen. So yeah. All right. So should we I'm looking to see if there's any concerns or stuff anybody wants to talk about before we get started on the news. Yeah, Cody's saying I have a heavy throttle issue myself. They're doing it to everybody. They're doing it to everybody.
Man, it's ridiculous. Yeah,
they're doing it to everybody. This isn't going to stop. It's going to get worse, you guys. Like I said, we got to adapt. This is guerrilla. This is guerrilla warfare at this point.
What did General Flynn say on Parler the other day? We don't choose our battlefield, basically.
Right.
Got to fight where the fight's at. So.
That's right. And remember the letter that Michael put out not too long ago? We should have brought that up, showed everybody that letter. It's really important. This stuff gets really frustrating sometimes when you see these people that have put so much work into their channels for years just getting yanked down like that's okay. But I'm telling you, in the end, God wins, and in the end, I'm telling you, it's not going to be pretty for these people that are doing this. Not at all. So we just got to keep moving forward. And I know I'm definitely privileged to still have a platform here, but
everything's going to be all right.
I'm fully prepared for.
Be all right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
It's going to be fine.
Everything's going to be fine. We're going to get there. We're good. So, yeah, it doesn't really have much replayability. It doesn't have much to do with how many followers you have. It has to do with just be really careful the way that you I mean, the best advice I can give you is just to be really careful the way that you word things. And I really don't even know when that thing kicks in, but it has nothing to do with your followers. It has to do with the content and what kind of account you are. If you're conservative, they're gonna come for you. They're gonna shadow ban you. They're gonna throttle you. And that's why it's more important now than ever to be raising other people up too, and supporting others in any way that you can. Especially like these channels that got pulled down, you guys. Everybody's holding it together, and they're adapting, which is what we all need to be doing. We need to be just adapting and keep it pushing, because the bottom line is people are hungry for the information. People are going to keep wanting the information, and if we could kind of get a cohesive plan and all kind of get on, that's why I'm trying to watch what everybody's doing and get on the same platform, because I'm trying to make it easier on everybody. Because I've already heard people telling me, we don't want to have like 15 apps. My phone can't take any more apps and this and that. We don't know who's going live where. So until we kind of get that cohesive thing going, and I still don't know how cohesive it'll be, it's guerrilla warfare. You got to just follow people's accounts, find their posts until things start to settle out a little bit and everybody knows where they're going. I don't think any of us really knew that was going to happen, and a lot of us got the rug pulled out from under our feet, right? But some people were prepared. I noticed that. Some people had all their stuff backed up already on BitChute, and they were already prepared for this to happen, which we all should have been, really, because we knew at some point this would happen. But I feel really bad for the people that got their years of work. But hey, my attitude at this point is we shouldn't be somewhere where we're not wanted and where we're told we can't stream to multiple platforms, and so maybe it's time for us to move around.
I'm gonna say what I want.
That's right.
It's that simple.
Right.
Don't tell me what to talk about.
Right. And I don't want to do. I could start a Pink Patriot podcast YouTube channel. Like, we could do that, Kate and I. But why? Then we're gonna have to limit what we can say. We're gonna have to talk in code. We're not going to be able to go into drops. I'm not doing that. No. So, I mean, we're not doing that. We talked about it and we're not into it. We're not doing that. We're not going to be censored on that show, period. So, anyway, that's the plan moving forward, you guys. And, thank you for your patience and all that good stuff.
Well, thank God we just talk about space and weird stuff over here.
Right. So that keeps this show kind of safe, right? So we should start talking about, this is so weird to be not having to worry about it stuttering the thing. I'm so glad that's fixed. I'm so glad it's fixed. I bet they're glad it's fixed too. For 2 months now, I've had that problem on every show. If the thing just starts stuttering the thing and you got to reset it, and then it usually goes on for 2 or 3 minutes before I'm able to catch it, because the chat has to catch it. So, Paula Russo just asked, do you have a website? Maybe you can stream it there. I have a website, and Foil does too, but the problem is I pulled mine down, and I need to rebuild the entire site. I have the domain, but I have to rebuild the entire site, and as you guys, I'm sure, can tell, I'm too swamped right now to do it. So until I have the resources to rebuild it, it's really a shame too. There was a lot of work put into that website. But
are you gonna build back better?
Please don't say that. Yeah. And I saw, I wish we could show that meme. We were going to show you guys a couple of dank memes just now, but I can't pull them up right now for some reason. I can't pull them up. So, hi, Kate. I see you out there. It's good to see you. So, you're finally on your computer. It's working? Oh, this is good news. If Kate's computer's working. Yeah, so what was I going to say about that? Oh, yeah, so next week. Okay, so. Next week, we're all going to be in Sedona. So, I will be at Kate's on Wednesday for PPP. It'll be me and Kate and Lala Deaton live at Kate's, and that will be on YouTube, on Kate's YouTube. But that will be the last show on her YouTube before we will move it to a streaming platform. So Yeah, I don't know if I said that. I probably did. I'm probably repeating myself, but so let's get into some space news because like some super cool
news, feathers.
Some super cool space news happened today, you guys. Like super cool. Okay, so oh Foil, I forgot to put you on the news screen. I got so wrapped up with the audio, I forgot to stick you up there. Maybe I can just put you up here. Let's see.
If not, it's all right. I can use that opportunity to
look. I've got one right here. It says Foil Head. See? Look, that worked right out. Look at that. Okay, so here we are. Space Force plans big reveals on its first anniversary. This is exciting, you guys. Like, we just got some potential disclosure going on in this. Okay?
A little bit.
So the U.S. Space Force plans to make a lot of announcements during the month of December as the service approaches its 1-year anniversary. Deputy Chief of Space Operations, General B. Chance. Chance. We got a new one. Chance Salzman said October 16th. We're going to roll out some things that okay, ready? We're going to roll out some things that will be kind of new to everyone. Okay. Let me say it again just because it's so exciting. I want to say it again. Ready? We're going to roll out some things that will be kind of new to everyone. So, anybody got
decloak the ships?
Right? Decloak the ships. Does this mean decloak the ships? I mean, it's after the election. It's after the election, right? So, I mean, Christmas present? I don't know. Decloak the... I'm just saying, you know? All right, I'll read a little more. He said on the live webcast event hosted by the Air Force Association's Mitchell Institute. You know, I don't know what I would do without FOIA. I can't read, clearly, and you can. I can't remember anything, and clearly you can. So I love how, I don't know what I would do without you. I mean, how would we ever do this show? How would I do this show by myself? Okay. So one of the most anticipated announcements is the official name of Space Force members. We don't know what they're going to be called yet, but this is going to get announced. So we're going to finally figure out what they're going to be called, who are currently still airmen because the new service has not yet selected a moniker for space personnel. Thousands of Air Force space operators. I love that term, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Space operator.
Right.
Right.
Thousands of space operators have begun the process of transferring to the Space Force, informally call themselves Space professionals, right? I'm gonna do that one night. I'm gonna put on like a really fancy, like a business shirt. I'm gonna go. I'm not Commander Alara in Low Earth. I'm a space professional.
Right.
Right. I don't know. It could be.
I think we are space professionals.
I'm not. I've had every other look.
Right.
Okay. So where was I? You know how I get sidetracked. All right. Okay. So
having an official name, right?
Right. Space professionals. Yes, that's where I got distracted. Having an official name is seen as an important step in building a service culture and attracting recruits, but the process has taken longer than expected. We are definitely taking too long on many things that maybe could be done faster, Salzman said. I don't have an easy answer. We know that almost every decision we're making is a first of its kind. He said leaders worry about rushing to pick a name and then regretting the choice. Well, hey, we did give them a lot of grief over, potential space names. We threw a total fit that they weren't using the Navy names. So,
well, as long as the ship has to have a captain, it just doesn't make sense otherwise.
Yeah, we're not the only ones that feel this way. Clearly, William Shatner feels this way, and others. Right. So we're not alone in this.
If Shatner says it, I mean, how can you even argue?
Right. They should just do it because Shatner said. You know.
I mean, really.
Like, what other reason do you
make decisions in life, right?
It's because Shatner said, right? That's what I'm going to say as my excuse next time when I do something bad. Shatner told me.
Shatner told me to.
Yeah, Shatner told me to do it. He sent his space operators over and told me to do it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Makes sense to me.
Okay, so we want to get it right, said Salzman. Space Force senior leaders don't want their successors to undo a lot of things and the decisions that we made in haste, he said. So we're we just don't want to get a bunch of grief is what's going on because we saw how you guys freaked out over the names.
We don't want to hear this no more.
Right? We're tired of this. We don't want you to give us any grief. So we're really just trying to be deliberate, and I know that's frustrating. The Chief of Space Force, General Raymond, has said he wants to soon announce a name, but he also wants to lay out long-term plans for the future of the service. We really want to look forward at what's next, what we can expect next year and in the third year, said Salzman. General Raymond is laying out a plan now for his remaining time as Chief of Space Operations. I love that title so much. The first birthday, right? The first birthday is going to be a big deal. So they said we're going to see some things. Wait, what did they say? They said
that are going to be new.
They're going to roll out some things that will be kind of new to everyone. And they said the first birthday is going to be a big deal. So I'm thinking decloak the ships. What are you guys thinking?
I'm just always going to say decloak the ships because that is what should have happened already.
I know. But we got to get past the election. But that makes sense, though. Christmas present, December, decloak the ships. Election's already happened. All the dust is settled over fighting over he didn't win, Trump didn't win, and no, and, you know, Orange Man bad, and he's lying to us, and all of it the dust will have settled, and then, boom, decloak the ships. Right? We hope.
That would be great.
We can only hope. Space cakes. Who is Kate calling space cakes? The Space Awakening.
They were going to roll out some new
That was
space
funny,
cakes.
Tyler. That was funny. All right. So stop getting distracted, Commander. All right.
They're not pushing to take over Army and Navy programs. That's kind of interesting.
Right? Okay. So I knew there was more in here. I was like, I got to read more of this because I know there's more stuff in here. Okay. So, yeah. So it kind of seems like Air Force is keeping their secret space program stuff separate at this point. They're not looking to put it under one moniker like we talked about.
It looks like the Space Force is the Air Force is what they're going to co-opt. It says they're not pushing to take over the Army and Navy space programs. Right. There's probably been quite a bit of pushback there.
Which that kind of.
I hope that doesn't mean we get stuck with calling them by the Air Force names. I'm just saying. Right. I'll be really upset. Yeah.
Maybe they can only use space captains if they put everything. I thought they were putting everything under one moniker. Maybe there was some kind of problem that happened behind the scenes that we don't know about. That, yeah, I don't know. So
we'll look into it.
Okay, so another pending decision are the ranks and insignia for officers and enlisted personnel. A rollout was expected this summer, but had to be put on hold after the House passed an amendment to the 2021 National Defense Authorization Act to make Space Force use naval ranks. The Space Force now has to wait for that issue to be resolved in the House Senate NDAA conference later in the year. Salzman touched on other topics during the Mitchell Institute event. So is there anything that you kind of already covered that Space Force is not pushing to take over Army Navy space programs? Is there anything more we really need to cover in this article?
Space Force plans to be a bigger customer of commercial SATCOM. Now, that just goes into more that's Elon, man. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Well, he's had some trouble this week getting his Starlinks. 3% of his satellites aren't working. Which, if they don't work, they turn into space junk. And then,
but I think they gotta have a certain percentage of error that's expected. I don't know what. We're gonna cover that, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. So, but this super cool too, you guys. Like those of you that really pay close attention to what is said in the mainstream articles, they say things in the mainstream articles they drop hints. Anybody that really pays close attention, I mean, they do this with all articles, but especially these ones, in my opinion, you just, as long as you're willing to take the time to read, you're gonna find things. So I mean, we do all the time, Foil, just in this show, going through different articles, So this is interesting. So we have the first Space Force recruits are headed to basic military training. So we got the first. Hey, didn't you want to go to what do you call it? What do they call it when you were a kid? Space camp or whatever?
Space camp?
Was that in Houston?
Who doesn't want to go to space camp?
Wasn't there a movie they made about that?
Too.
They made a movie about that. I remember being one of those kids watching that movie, and I was just like, it was like my dream. I was like, I want to go to space camp. I remember
everybody wants to go to space camp.
Right? Is there anybody that didn't want to go to space camp? Did you guys all want to go to space camp in the chat? That was like such a big deal to me when I was a kid. I wanted to go to space camp, and I never got to. Instead I rehearsed for Star Search and then never went on Star Search. So. Shut up, Foil. Don't laugh. It's not funny. Okay. My mother made me do it. No, she didn't. No, she kind of did. She kind of did. Love you, Mom. But yeah, you kind of did. Yeah. She put me in singing contests and stuff. Yeah, as a little kid. And I did that. It was fun. But, you know, times have changed. Now I'm the Space Force News.
Right.
You didn't get me. Instead, you got Britney Spears. I'm sorry. I would have been probably slightly more entertaining. All right. U.S. Space Force may not yet have its own boot camp, but the service's very first direct enlistees are about to head to entry-level training nonetheless. Chief Master Sergeant Roger Tauberman, senior enlisted leader of the Space Force, said 7 new recruits will head to basic military training at Lackland Air Force Base in Texas, where they'll train alongside Air Force recruits, albeit with a few distinctions. This is amazing. They needed to know they were different. That's important to us, Tauberman told Military.com in an interview Thursday. In addition to their occupational camouflage pattern uniforms with service-specific blue stitched name tapes, the recruits will each have tablets loaded with information about the fledgling service they're joining, he said. We've preloaded these tablets with some learning materials and different things that they can get a head start on. Hey, what's in the Space Force thing all about, he said. And while the majority of the 8.5 weeks of basic military training will be spent training together with Air Force recruits, a little over 20 hours will be specialized instruction and mentoring from Space Force personnel, Tauberman said. Okay? Where is it? Okay, this part. There's several hours where we will cull them from the herd, if you will, and bring them somewhere else and give them a very different experience, he said, emphasizing that the training approach and specialized content offered will evolve based on feedback from students. What is the definition of cull, Foyle?
Well, I mean, animal slaughter, but it also means to separate from the group, you know.
Right.
But
I think that's what they mean.
Anything with
sense.
The word cull, yeah, I know. But anything with the word cull in it, I have feelings about that.
Right? But they're going to, hold on, they're going to cull them from the herd. Where is it?
Yeah.
They're going to, hold on, they're going to.
And they're going to take them.
They're going to cull them from the herd.
Different experience.
If you will. If you will. So they're using that word in a loose sense, okay? And bring them somewhere else and give them a very different experience.
Now, we're just talking about the base level enlisted members, right? We're not talking, I mean, you know, it'd be nice if they just take them to meet the aliens. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're gonna get to do something cool like that.
Super cool.
And maybe even get to meet some space friends. Yeah, I mean, you've got to adjust these people to the space friends,
Right.
Clearly. And it does take adjustment.
Push them in a room and turn on the lights like, good luck.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Just stick a gray in there and turn off the lights.
Right.
Have a nice weekend.
Right. Let us know how that goes. Put it on your tablets. Take notes.
Okay. Okay, so they'll graduate, I think, the first week of December. So I hope to be there and thank them as they graduate and give them a Space Force coin instead of the Airman's coin that we hand all the airmen, Tauberman said. And they'll get their own salute at the end. Ooh. Following that, newly minted Space Force operators will move on to technical training in line with their job requirements. Since Space Force was formally activated on December 20th, 2019, the service has welcomed dozens of new Air Force Academy graduates to its ranks. Beginning in September, it began the process of adding in thousands more troops transferring from other services. Tauberman said he was glad to no longer be the only enlisted member of Space Force. Well, we're happy for you too. That's got to be a lot of pressure. I can't even imagine. Yeah. I feel a lot of pressure just doing the Space Force News on Sunday nights. So I can only imagine. All right. So I think that that's rather exciting, you guys. Like that, I haven't seen some like little disclosure drops and articles like that for quite a while.
Oh, if you look, this one you got here about the Space Command, there's some info in there that I feel is a little.
So Tyler, get ready. They're coming to see you. That's what's going on here.
Man.
Space Command visits will start soon, Colorado official says. A county commissioner in Colorado Springs, Colorado area says site visits will start soon. Well, I hope they're going to show up in cars and not UFOs, because if they're showing up in UFOs, it's going to be a real problem for some people. You know what I mean, Foyle?
Well, they got to be able to take it, I guess. I mean, if you can't handle it, then you should probably go to the next location. I'm just saying.
Right. All right. So, Mark Waller, County Commission Chairman for El Paso County in Colorado, was quoted by Colorado Springs radio station KRDQ as saying that there will soon be safe visits to possible locations competing for the headquarters of the prized command that could come with some 1,400 new jobs. Also Friday, Rep. Devin Nunes of California, the ranking member of the Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, visited Wright-Patterson Air Force Base and NASIC, the National Air and Space Intelligence Center, with U.S. Rep. Mike Turner, Dayton. Nunes commented on Wright-Patterson's chances at winning the Space Command headquarters competition. I kind of feel like it should, just because it has such a rep.
Man,
right?
Then they won't have to move all of the secret stuff that they already took from Area 51.
That's what I mean. Like the
leave it house where it's at, right?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that
it just makes sense.
I agree. I fully agree. I'm thinking Wright-Patterson all the way. I'm thinking we just keep, that energy is already there, so why not keep it there? But then again, this is going to be like the disclosed legit space program. So do we want to mix it with the SSP energy? I don't know. I don't
know, but here's the thing. We're going to we need to go to Wright-Patterson and find out if that's where they decide to go.
We got to take my camera and go. When are we going to do that? We got to do that.
Right.
We got to have to, yes. What do you guys think?
All channel donations will go towards our scouting out of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
Right? Yeah, but we can't announce it ahead of time. We got to be kind of slick, man. They'll know.
They just said they'll know. What are you talking about? I got us.
Okay. Well, we need an infrared camera. I'm just saying. I only have a regular camera. That's not going to work for this mission, okay? Clearly. So we're going to
Are we bringing somebody to sweeten up the... Are we going to use a honeypot to get us past the guards and just walk right in? Isn't that the plan? I'm just saying.
Was that the plan? Who was our honeypot?
That was the plan. I don't know. Either Kate, I'm sure,
all right,
or
we're coming for you, Kate. we're gonna go get Kate on the way.
Kate or Keystone.
Well, Keystone's a little far away. Keystone's kind of far away.
Oh yeah, this is true.
She's in the Netherlands, so unless we're taking right. I hope you're on board, Kate, because we're coming to get you.
You're going either way.
Yeah, right. Hope you're all right with it, because you're going either way.
Right.
All right, so let me see if there's anything else that's really needs to be covered, since we are getting behind on the articles at this point. I have not seen those requirements. He has not seen those requirements, but would think that this location, Wright-Patterson, would meet all those requirements and would have to be on the list of locations that they would look at, he added.
Yeah, like housing super secret stuff. They're already cleared to do that.
Right. So it only makes sense. It only makes sense. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they want to start doing site visits next month, Waller told the radio station in a story posted Wednesday. Plus, we have the election coming up, and that could change things even further depending on who wins. Interesting. Well, of course, right? But we both know that Biden's not going to win. So, what does that mean? I don't know. I mean, is he even going to make it to the election is what I'm wondering. Considering all the news that's coming out, I don't see how he can.
Speculate.
I don't see how he can.
Not here.
Perfectly honest. Okay, we won't speculate here. We'll save that for PPP on Wednesday. We'll do a lot of speculation there. All right. So, they want to whittle the number of Space Command candidates down to 6 or 7. I'm told once this happens, all bets are off. What is it? It wasn't immediately.
What does that even mean?
I don't even know. It wasn't immediately clear who will be visiting and what areas are to be visited. Waller did not respond to messages seeking comment. Interesting, right? I mean, I'd like to dig more into this. There's some interesting comments, but I feel like we should move on and we're going to run out of time. So, yeah, they're going to be coming around, visiting all the potential spots.
Yeah,
and
General Raymond did go to Wright-Patterson recently.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure he's been there a few times.
Right.
Just a couple. All right, so let's get to our favorite evil tech overlord.
Yep, look at him go.
Mr. Elon Musk, right?
Right.
Look at those cheeks.
I know. He looks so perfectly evil.
Right? Isn't he? He's like Dr. Evil, but cuter, kind of.
Right?
Yeah. It's perfect. Okay.
Talk smack on Twitter. He's all suave and such.
I know. He'd just be dropping, like, things, too, that's just like, I swear he trolls us. Like he does.
Oh, he for sure does. I mean, come on now. If I were him, man, yes, absolutely.
Brad just said, has anyone ever run for Prez unopposed before? That would be epic. Yeah, well, I think if anybody's working on running unopposed, it's going to be the man that's currently in office, because based on the way my street looks, and these car parades and boat parades, and I'm just saying, I think this could be a legendary election, if not for all the what do you call it? All the fraud and the lying and the corruption and stuff that's going on around it. If we actually got legit numbers and nobody fought it, I think this is going to be a legendary election as far as...
Oh, I think this is legend either way.
No, normally they're close, you know what I mean? But I don't see this one being even remotely close. Not with the news that's coming out right now. I don't even see it being remotely close. I'm just laughing at the chat. Okay.
I see.
I love you guys. We love you, space peeps. You guys are so awesome.
Woohoo.
Something about people that are into space, they're always just super cool.
Right.
It's true, right? Even our dark evil overlord that we don't like even there's elements of him that are cool.
Like him.
I know.
Right? I know.
Okay.
I know.
About 3% of SpaceX's Starlink satellites may have failed. That's not too bad, but across a 42,000 spacecraft constellation, it could spark a crisis. Right? Space junk. We don't need any more space junk. All right. SpaceX has launched nearly 800 Starlink internet satellites with plans for a constellation of 42,000 spacecraft. What they want to call them Starlink satellites, but in the next sentence they want to call them spacecraft this decade. I just think that's interesting. The company says its satellites can avoid collisions using an ion drive. Yeah, that's what they want to put on all the satellites. Did you know that, Foyle? Had you read that?
Yeah, I did. I had seen that.
But about 3% have seemingly failed because they are no longer maneuvering in orbit, according to astronomer Jonathan McDowell. Orbiting satellites that can be maneuvered can crash into other spacecraft and generate dangerous space debris. I wonder if that's what went flying at the space station about a month ago that had everybody panicking and jumping in the Soyuz. I wonder if it was one of Elon's satellites. It just turned into some tumbling space debris right at the space station.
This is definitely why all other countries need to call us before they try to launch anything, just to make sure, you know.
Yeah. And Elon, if you don't want us to sound so goofy, send us somebody to tell us things. You know, we're not opposed to that. We're not ever opposed to that. So that way we'll know. We don't have to guess. We don't have to speculate. We'll just know.
I love to speculate.
Right?
Right.
Right? I know, it takes the fun out of speculation. All right, so orbiting satellites that can't be maneuvered can crash into other spacecraft and generate dangerous space debris, which I said, which really kind of concerns me on the cool. Like, if you really look at the Starlink thing up there, like, those things could be really a problem if they don't stay where they're supposed to stay. A 3% failure rate isn't too bad, McDowell says. But if that number holds for SpaceX's entire planned fleet, it may lead to more than 1,200 dead satellites. Wow. 2020, right? SpaceX is launching satellites into space by the dozens to realize Starlink, a globe-encircling constellation of spacecraft that beam affordable high-speed internet across Earth. So far, the scheme, well, that is going to be handy when I get completely away from all people, right? That'll be handy to have Starlink, I'm just saying. So far, the scheme envisioned by SpaceX founder Elon Musk seems to be working. The aerospace company even plans to open a public beta test across the northern U.S. and southern Canada, Musk tweeted on October 8th, possibly within the next few months. Other countries to follow as soon as we receive regulatory approval, he added. However, I need water. The unprecedented project has left a trail of seemingly unresponsive spacecraft in its wake. All of the satellites are designed to be maneuverable in space using an Iron Eagle and even... What's that word, Foyle?
An ion engine, and even deorbit themselves
back
to Earth.
No, deorbit. It's not the ion engine. It's the deorbit.
You said Iron Eagle.
Did I say Iron Eagle?
Yeah.
Is that what I read?
Mm-hmm.
That was legendary. Did I really do that? Okay. Well, let's just keep it moving. Let's try not to dwell on it. Okay. Let's try not to dwell on it.
Not dwelling.
Okay. But that's... Did I really say Iron Eagle? That's next level right there, dude. Why is that so funny? It is that funny.
I don't know, but it sounded, yes, it did. It sounded hysterical to me. I was sitting here like.
They're all laughing in the chat. Look, the commander's turning red. Okay. You didn't have to point it out, Foil.
I'm sorry.
You knew I was going to laugh.
You said you wanted to laugh today, Alara. Don't, you're gonna cry? Don't cry.
You know not to get me started.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay.
All right. The unprecedented project has left a trail of seemingly unresponsive spacecraft in its wake. Are they unresponsive? Maybe they're on a super secret mission. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm totally speculating. But it is a good space wall.
Okay.
Very good at walls.
Satellites with malfunctioning communication or propulsion systems can fly uncontrolled and pose a hazard to other satellites and even astronauts.
Even the astronauts.
Okay,
all those Iron Eagles and astronauts up there. I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be pandalirium. Nobody's hiring us, Alara. We're done. Let's just laugh for the rest of the show.
Well, stop. Okay.
I will compose myself now.
That's the worst
Go ahead,
laughing
Feathers.
fit I have ever had on air. By far. Thank you.
It happens.
I mean, I feel good inside, but the show isn't really...
I got you.
Yeah. Okay. Pose a hazard to others. It's even funny me trying to go on from here like it didn't happen, but that's okay. I'll do it. Pose a hazard to other satellites and even astronauts circling Earth. What are the astronauts doing circling Earth?
I don't know.
I hope they're in the space station.
Right.
That's kind of odd. I didn't know there was astronauts circling Earth. But anyways, okay. Stop getting distracted. SpaceX... Right. SpaceX launched its first batch of 60 prototypes in May 2019, and to date has flown 775 total Starlink internet satellites. But so far, around 3% of those...
Bruh. So far, around 3% of those spacecraft may have failed, according to data collected by Jonathan McDowell, an astronomer at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics. That makes it official.
Yeah. I would say their failure rate is not egregious, McDowell told Business Insider. It's not worse than anybody else's failure rates. The concern is that even a normal failure rate is such a huge constellation, it's going to end up with a lot of bad space junk. Some of those failures may be intentional tests, but how many, if any, is not publicly known because SpaceX hasn't released such information. As a result, astronomers like McDowell have resorted to analyzing satellite movement data gleaned from SpaceX and the U.S. government, showing which Starlink satellites have fallen back toward Earth and which ones are not maneuvering. The 3% apparent failure rate does not include 45 satellites that SpaceX is known to have intentionally deorbited. SpaceX has permission from the U.S. government to launch nearly 12,000 Starlink satellites. It's asked to launch 30,000 more for a total of nearly 42,000 in either case. SpaceX is on track to form a mega constellation that outnumbers all prior spacecraft ever launched by humanity. If 3% of the maximum planned Starlink constellation fails, this could mean 1,260 dead, 550-pound satellites the size of a desk aimlessly circling the planet. Oh, well, that's no big deal, you know?
Not at all.
No.
Space wall.
There are about 3,200 non-functional satellites in Earth's orbit as of February, according to the European Space Agency. Many of these dead spacecraft regularly threaten to collide with others and create space debris crisis. This week, for example, satellite trackers flagged a very high-risk close pass between a dead satellite and a discarded rocket body, with one company calculating a 10% chance of collision. They didn't collide after all. Well, that's good news. All right, so let's move on to the next one so we don't, yeah. All right. Elon Musk says SpaceX's first Starship trip to Mars could fly in 4 years. SpaceX is almost ready to start building a permanent human settlement on Mars with its massive Starship rocket. The private spaceflight company is on track to launch its first uncrewed mission to Mars in as little as 4 years from now, SpaceX's founder and CEO Elon Musk said Friday at the International Mars Society convention. I think we have a fighting chance of making the second Mars transfer window, Musk said in a discussion with the Mars Society founder Robert Zubrin. You can watch a replay of the talk here, so there's a link listed in the article. That window Musk referred to is a launch opportunity that arises every 26 months for a mission to Mars. NASA, China, isn't this interesting? NASA, China, and the United Arab Emirates will all launch missions to Mars in July of this year. I thought that was rather interesting. The next window opens in 2022, with Musk referring to the 2024 Mars launch opportunity. The mission will launch to the Red Planet on a SpaceX Starship vehicle, a reusable rocket and spacecraft combo that is currently under development at the company's South Texas facility. SpaceX is also planning to use Starship for missions to the moon starting in 2022, as well as point-to-point trips around the Earth. Right?
Wait, that's crazy. I hadn't seen that.
Yeah. Pretty cool, huh? Musk has long said that humans need to establish a permanent and self-sustaining presence on Mars to ensure the continuance. How do you say that word? Continuance.
Continuance.
Thank you. I need glasses. You have them. I don't, but I'm trying. The
I'm
continuance.
still blind.
Oh, but the way he words this is interesting, considering it's coming from him, right?
Mm-hmm.
The continuance. Why did I? But anyways, the continuance of consciousness as we know it, just in case planet Earth is left uninhabitable by something like a nuclear war or an asteroid strike.
Listen, I have to say, a lot of these really rich folks are determined to find a way off this rock, like with a quickness.
It's like they know. Right.
Yeah, that's exactly, and all the bunkers and the super secret like stealth yacht stuff, and like I feel like it's like they know.
Tyler says SpaceX is the new NASA, just a massive cover controlled narrative.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. SpaceX doesn't have any plans to actually build a Mars base as a transport. He just wants to be a transport, in other words. So its only goal is to ferry cargo and humans to and from. Right. Go ahead.
Didn't we just talk about last week about SpaceX City and how people were like, giving flag examples and such? Listen, that man is going to establish a colony.
Right.
Probably one where he's the king, I'm sure. Or whatever it is that they do over there. Dictatorship or whatever.
So he plans to just ferry cargo and humans to and from the Red Planet, facilitating the development of somebody else's Mars base. Interesting. Right? SpaceX is taking on the biggest single challenge, which is the transportation system. There's all sorts of other systems that are going to be needed, Mars Society founder Robert Zubin said during the convention. My personal hope is that we're going to see Starship in the stratosphere before this year's out, and if Elon is right, reach orbit next year or the year after, Zubin said. This will change people's minds as to what is possible. And then, we will have NASA seeking to fund the remaining pieces of the puzzle, or entrepreneurs stepping forward to develop remaining pieces of the puzzle. Do you get it? CEOs are going to fund.
Of course they are.
You get it? Yeah. So, of course, he's just going to be the transportation.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch the International Mars Convention 2020 online today for free. Of course, that was 2 days ago. Not actually today. But you can watch.
There's another thing. There's a couple of links in these articles if you guys are going to want to go back and watch. They did talk about some crazy things. I mean, it went on for like 2 days.
Right.
It was like all weekend. Yeah.
Is that the same one that Dr. Sala posted about, or is that a different event? That was the same one.
I didn't
right?
see it.
Or no, that was the the one that you're going to cover in a little bit. The planet Mars has been a target for space exploration for decades, but 2020 stands out with 3 different missions from the U.S., China, and UAE now headed to the Red Planet. What I think is so interesting is here we just made up with the UAE, right? Where everything's all good with us, right? But we're like opposing China, but we're the 3 people that have gone up there and really are really actively seeking this space thing, at least in the public eye. I think that's rather interesting. The International Mars Society will celebrate those missions, the search for life, and more in a virtual convention this week, and you can tune in live. So, of course, it's past, but here's the information on it. The Mars Society's 2020 convention is underway now and will run through October 18th with over 150 speakers over 4 days. The daily schedule is based on U.S. Pacific Daylight Time beginning at 9 a.m. You can see a full schedule. So the link to this article will be in the description below. So if you want to check out that link and go check out what happened. Mars Society founder Robert Zubrin, author of 2019's The Case for Space, will kick the convention off with an opening plenary speech Thursday. Plenary. Plenary speech Thursday. I don't know what that means. SpaceX CEO and founder Elon Musk, who has said building a Mars settlement has been a long-time goal, will speak at the convention on Friday. Special guest panel on the search for life in our solar system will air on Friday night. So this just kind of goes into the whole schedule. I'm not going to go through all that, but definitely go and check that out if that's of interest to you.
Kate says she told Elon to get on over here. He should be in the chat any minute.
Oh, so, she would do that, just so
you know.
Yeah, she would do that. All right, so the CNET, Elon Musk to share latest moon and Mars plans with Earthlings today. This is you, right?
No. This was still you. It was just expanding on what they were talking about with the convention.
Right.
The International Mars Society convention.
Well, let's skip that since I'm going to go get a tissue for my eyes real quick while you start on China conducts that one. I'll be right back.
We're to the doom and gloom section of the show.
Defense.
My favorite, right? A lot of interesting happenings here. This week, did she pull the article up? Nah, that's totally the wrong article. We'll talk about the suicide drone swarm since we're there. I don't know if you guys saw this, but it's kind of terrifying actually. Not that we don't have something similar, but this week China unveiled basically a swarm of drones that could be launched from either a small attack vehicle or from a helicopter. They're literally shot out of tubes. Alara, you're there. I don't know if you can hit play on the little video there real quick. I don't know if we're able to do that or not, just to kind of see what they are.
Where's the video? Oh, right here?
Yeah, that
I can play it.
Is nuts. All right.
Okay. See how this goes.
Right.
Groovy music.
Well, it's from China, they're super amped.
What is that?
Suicide drones. Swarms of them. That music is killing me, man.
Right?
Dun, 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 right?
That's
dun, dun, dun,
dun,
right?
Dun, dun.
Super dramatic music. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, it's not like we don't have similar things. I mean, you see how the wings flip out like that. We have something called a switchblade suicide drone made by AeroVironment. That we have, and we have similar things, similar drone swarm technology as well. Locust being our primary, but it's crazy because if you launch that many things at once, it's very hard right now, even with the tech that we have, for them to be able to stop and track all of them.
Dead Cole says, grab your guns and start practicing your target shooting.
Man, right? I think we talked about that before. Like, don't fly your drones over my house.
Don't even fly your Amazon. I don't even want you to deliver my package with a drone. I'm not trying to hear
airspace,
it.
Right?
Yeah,
my
airspace.
Yep.
Stay away from my Trump flag.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You better get away from my Trump flag. I'm just saying.
But those things, I don't know. That's just crazy. They can't really. I mean, they can track them and stuff, but like even with the directed energy weapon stuff that we have now, like ground-based, mainstream stuff, it's very hard for them to stop them all. And you only need one. I mean, they're designed to explode on contact apparently, and they can do other things too. I mean, just gather information, whatever. I mean, those ones specifically, they can shoot them out of a truck. They said that they were also, they could put them on ships. They could put them wherever. They have them already capable of being launched out of helicopters. So that's all bad. So yeah, there's suicide drones. That's always entertaining.
AI and drones. Now we got drones controlled by AI.
They're autonomous is the thing. The stuff we just saw from China, and if you pull up the article that I have there about the Army, inside the Army's futuristic test, like these things are...
oh, I don't know where that one is. Inside the Army's...
Oh.
Hold on.
Well...
Oh, okay, here it is right here.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, so if you want to skip to that one and then go back to the other one. So,
yeah, I will.
I was out... Well, I...
Yeah.
Can't go
Tell
into
us.
I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it.
All right, we will not talk about
my
it.
bad. But inside, if you want to go ahead and go explain this
so
one.
Recently they were doing some testing out at the Yuma Proving Ground of AI controlled AI controlled not just drones, but like they have been able to decrease the sensor to shooter timeline, that like the time that it takes them to collect the information, relay it back to what used to be a human, make a decision on what weapon to use and acquire a target and stuff. Like that used to take about 20 minutes, right? They've got it down to 20 seconds now, and it's all being run through AI, like completely autonomous. They have given, these drones, they gave control of these drones to the AI. Like I said, autonomous capabilities that they're able to do their reconnaissance, acquire the target, send the information back, make an attack decision, and then attack within the span of like 20 seconds, which is kind of insane. I mean, how do you even defend against something like that? Like, for real. It's mind-blowing. And don't trust Skynet, man.
It's not a good idea to put all the tech, let Skynet decide what it's going to do with the tech.
When the military first started implementing like all these like what I call everything Skynet. I'm convinced the robots are going to rise and we're going to have a problem, right? But when we first started integrating this next generation of tech, like they used to tell us all the time, there's always going to be a person making those critical decisions, just like when they're doing drone strikes from here overseas. We're always going to have a person making that decision to push the button. So there's going to be a human element involved in the decision making. Well,
Broken Sergeant says the F-35s use them as well and connect with multiple jets at the same time. Right? Skynet.
It all terrifies me. I mean, I'm glad we have it, but it's not like they don't have it as well.
Right.
It's not like they don't have it as well. But yeah, I call everything Skynet. But yeah, in any case, they have another system under development, Prometheus, which is an AI system that takes the sensor data that's ingested by these things, and that's the one that actually identifies the target. Did we talk about that before? I could have swore we covered that at some point. I don't think we did.
Hi, Tanette. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a minute. Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, they started that in 2019. The target accuracy is improving, but like I said, they were out there running tests in Yuma not too long ago, and apparently all went well. So that's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And for the end of doom and gloom, China.
Okay, so
right?
but don't we have don't we have prepare for war?
Yeah, that's
okay.
That
So let me move over to prepare for war.
This is just kind of brief. This was just a brief article. This past week, China's President Xi told his country's amphibious fighting squad, his elite troops, to prepare for war when he was doing an inspection. And he is looking at Hong Kong, which would be something that would be some an amphibious target. Also Taiwan. Either one of those places is going to cause a problem for us and a whole host of other nations. But I just thought that statement in and of itself was kind of telling, to prepare for war. I mean, he's planning on doing something. Probably with the quickness, considering what's going on over here.
Well, I mean, this situation with them, it's not good at all. Super not good.
Yeah, but that's all depressing and such. We're going to go into the better stuff.
Do we want to get off the depressing stuff? Are we still on defense here?
No, that was it. I only pulled a few for this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we already did did we already do that? Yeah. Okay. Yep. So we're on to Oh, yay.
Venus.
We're on to the fun stuff. Venus.
Yay, right?
All right.
I was super psyched. Like, I know they said don't get all excited. Last month when they found phosphine in the atmosphere there, and we talked about that a bit last week or the week before. Well, this week, they released information that they've now found an amino acid, glycine, in the Venusian atmosphere, which is kind of interesting. I mean, we're finding a lot of biomarkers in the atmosphere of Venus. And of course, as I think we talked about last week, Russia has already claimed the entire planet of Venus, so we don't have to worry about any of that. They've got this. Yeah, but finding glycine in the atmosphere, they're not quite sure what it means, as they always say, but it's interesting. I mean, they're only 20% of the 500 amino acids that are known are found in DNA, and glycine happens to be one of them, and it's there.
I agree with Kate. I think Venus is super pretty. Like, I wonder what density you have to be in to live there, because it seems like a super cool place to live. And the whole living in the clouds thing sounds kind of cool. It's like that movie.
I mean, that's where you would have to be.
Yeah, you would have to.
I mean, you would think.
And if you were this density, if you were third density, you'd have to live in the clouds. But maybe if you were another density,
possibly, yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah. I don't know. I
in
haven't
some
been
sort
there.
of different vibratory rate. Yeah, maybe you could.
I think that's I think that's what they're missing about this whole planet thing altogether. Is that if
they
you
think
look,
life has to be like this,
like third density, right? But they're not. I think maybe that those people just don't understand the density concept. That if you're in another density, you won't see what's not in your density. You won't be able to see it with your eyes. You won't be able to see it. So
I would be willing to bet that there are plenty of people that do understand that, and they just push this.
There's plenty of them in this chat, to be honest with you.
Right, exactly.
There's plenty of them.
I mean,
go ahead.
You know, like I bet there are decision makers that fully understand that, and they want to stick to this very tangential, something that, you know, or tangible. Why tangential? Because of the intro. Very tangible, you know, a very tangible idea of what life is and what it must look like, you know, how it would evolve on other planets. They have no freaking idea, to be perfectly honest. And this is really interesting. You know, like you said, it could be some sort of a cloud-based life. I mean, it could be that the entire atmosphere is alive, for all we know.
Yeah, Lotus says, "Yep, higher density life on Venus. I'd bet on it." Yeah, I would too. Honestly, I've always felt that way, that there is life there. We don't understand it because it's not something we can see.
Grower, not a shower. Right?
I've always actually thought that the whole solar system's very inhabited, and it just we can't see it because we're not in the right spectrum to be able to see the other life.
That's entirely possible.
Why aren't they all in our density? I don't know. I don't have those answers. You know, I don't.
Maybe because this density
is very temporary.
Sucks.
It's kind of sucks. Right? It's very dualistic, and it doesn't last long in the grand scheme of things, I think.
Right. So,
in the process of evolution of the human spirit, I don't think it lasts long. This whole third-dimensional physical experience. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I crazy? I don't think I am. No, I don't think I'm crazy. Okay.
Do crazy people ever think they're crazy, Alara?
You know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well,
it's all good. I love you.
Yeah, I love you too, friend.
It's all that matters.
You're awesome.
It's all that matters.
Yeah, and you put up with my laughing fits, and so does the chat. I love you guys too. I'm getting in the love fest mood. I just want to.
I was just gonna say love fest.
I know. Right. It's because we're all changing into the vibration of love and understanding. On this, I get these heart chakra explosions where I'm just like, I love everybody. I love you. And I don't
ever admit it, but that happens to me too sometimes.
It happens to me. Does it happen to you guys? Where you just all of a sudden love people and you want to tell them how much you love them, and you
know what happens is I start praying like, I just want to help. Just let me help these people, please. Yeah. Like, I don't know what that's about. Oh, who's that? Oh, thanks, White Hat.
Oh, White Hat. Thank you.
Much love.
We really appreciate it. Much love, Patriots. Tide has turned.
Yeah.
Winning great week. Calm. I think it says calm. Oh, so this is how super chats work. You read what's on the super chat.
Yeah, if they ask questions, we can answer questions.
Oh, I think I'm getting the hang of it. Thank you so much, White Hat.
Really
appreciate that.
That's awesome.
Right?
I
mean, it's weird to still have a YouTube channel, and then for it to be monetized too is like really kind of, it's a blessing, right?
Department of Winning.
Right?
Department of Winning.
Seriously, right? I feel very lucky to have that, you know? But
just don't start crying again.
No, I won't. But thank you. Yeah. This is a cool place. it's a cool place and a cool space where everyone's welcome and we all get to learn together, and it's cool. Okay, stop getting deep into thought and feelings, Alara, and continue with the news. All right, so we're still talking about Venus, or are we moving on?
No, we're on to the mini moon.
You missed the laughing the laughing fit earlier, White Hat. I literally couldn't stop laughing for about 10 minutes, and even had to go get something to wipe my eyes because I thought there'd be eyeliner everywhere. And anyway,
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed it because that was something else. I may even have to watch that just to see how crazy that really looked. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Right. So, but it's cool, We're moving into the vibration of love, right, friends?
Right?
It's okay. I can have a laughing fit here and there. You'll forgive me, and the news will continue, and life goes on. All right, so are we still on Venus, or are we moving on?
Nope, we're done.
Okay.
I said my piece.
All right. As of right now, we have a mystery mini-moon orbiting Earth. Is it an asteroid or some of Elon's space junk?
It is probably space junk, although I guess technically, formally, it's an asteroid. They think it's about 26 feet long. They only recently discovered it through a telescope that they have in Hawaii, and it entered Earth's orbit the other day. It's going to be there for about 6 months. I think you can see, I don't want to swear to this. I could be wrong. I think you can see it with your blind eye.
Let me interrupt you for 1 second. White Hat, can you please let everybody know in the chat where they can find you? Are you still on your YouTube channel or not? I'm a little unclear about that.
He's here.
I did see that you were on with Methods. So Methods is still there. Red Pill was with him earlier today, and I believe they were with White Hat too. Can you please let everybody know in the chat about the status of your YouTube channel and where people can find your show and your stuff, please? But yeah, I just wanted to mention that real quick while he's here. Okay, go ahead, Flo.
I mean, they're calling it a mini moon because it's going to be in our orbit for about the next 6 months. They think that it's really just some space junk, probably the end of a rocket booster that was actually launched in the 60s, and somehow it's now just kind of fallen into line with us. But yeah, can you imagine after they put whatever it is, 42,000 satellites up there, how much junk is going to be floating around?
I'm a little worried about the space
it's going to look crazy.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time, I would imagine when it falls back in, it'll burn up in the atmosphere. But I mean, still, it's going to be ruining radio astronomy, regular astronomy. I mean,
oh look, it's not a UFO. It's just one of Elon's satellites.
Right? How are we even going to know now? Right? It's crazy.
Right?
They're going to have to land. They got to land. No more of this, stuff in the sky. You better tell them, Feathers. We need to know what's going on.
Oh, that's right. That's my new nickname, huh? I have a new nickname, guys. So I'm Commander, and I'm Feathers.
Feathers.
And aren't there some other names, too? The Commander, Feathers, and...
Space Mouse.
Space Mouse.
Space Mouse.
Yeah.
Right.
Space Mouse. Okay, so how come you don't have... You just have one. You're just Foil. I hear people call you Loyal, though. They call you...
Sometimes.
I think they're confused whether to call you Loyal or Foil, because it sounds alike, I think they don't even know which one I'm saying, but I call her Foil, guys. She's Foil to me.
I will answer either way.
But she'll answer Loyal or Foil, so yeah.
Right.
She's highly adaptable like most Yanons. All right, so, right, guys? All right, so, are we still on this one, or am I moving to...
No, that was it. We've got a mini moon. It's going to be there for 6 months. You can probably see it. It's really probably just space junk. Super exciting.
Mini moon, and not to be confused with the bright Mars that's outside right now. Yeah.
Man, right? That is a vision. Have you gone out and looked?
Oh, it's beautiful. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the moon's not around, so all you can see is Mars. It's very weird. You can't see the moon, at least in my sky. There's no moon, and there's just this really bright Mars, and it's very confusing. It's like, did the moon shrink and turn orange, or, Normally, I'm used to that giant moon up there. It looks like they're having a disco. It looks like they're having a space rave up there. It's so bright.
Space rave.
Right.
Space rave.
I could go walking with no light when the moon's up. It lights the desert. I'm just saying.
If we don't go find aliens in the desert next week, I'm going to be very disappointed.
We're going to go to Wright-Patterson. I'm just saying. It's going to, I feel like it's going to happen.
We have to go there.
Hey, there's places we can explore near my house. No lie. There's so many weird I'm not going to go into details, but there's a lot of weird stuff where I live. And where near where me and Kate live, there's a lot of weird stuff.
Listen,
I want to go explore.
You already know I'm about it. Like, that's it. That's all.
Right,
I'm down.
Well, you're going to be here in Arizona next week.
That's what I'm saying, man. We gotta
Maybe
go.
You need to stay an extra week, and we need to go check some stuff out. I'm just saying.
I could probably arrange for that.
Okay. Yeah, Tyler will be here. Kate will be here. Just saying. If we need to use Kate to get in somewhere. But these aren't places we need to get in. Right. All right.
Right.
NASA signs moon accords for space exploration.
Yep. NASA has signed a space exploration cooperation agreement with 8 different nations, the Artemis Accords, which they signed on Tuesday. Apparently NASA still thinks they're running stuff. Signed up with UK, Canada, Australia, Italy, Japan, Luxembourg, and the UAE. Again with the UAE. They want to create a safe and peaceful and prosperous future in space for all of humanity. Right? They do plan on sending the first woman and the next man to the moon in 2024. Everybody's all about this 2024 space stuff right now.
That's
of course,
the next window to get to Mars, yeah.
Right,
mm-hmm.
Right. It's their first time back to the moon since '72, allegedly.
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 Right. If you believe they went to the moon at all.
Right.
I'm just saying. Yeah. And they're trying to bring diversity into human space exploration because we are all about diversity now. Yes.
Kate said that's cute, NASA.
Right. They still think that they're calling the shots, I guess.
Look, Foil, this Starbucks cup has got to go. I'm just saying.
Man.
And I was in the grocery store and I went looking. They had cups with initials on there, like A, B, C initials. So you know me, guys. I don't even gotta say it. I was digging for that one cup with that one initial. Couldn't find it.
Man,
came home still drinking from the Starbucks cup. Such a shame.
Way to give shout out to the devil there. That's crazy.
Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. Alleged moon landing and
alleged moon landing.
72. Yeah. And go ahead.
Yeah. No, that was pretty much it. Diversity, 8 countries. They think it's great. I really just want to get to the CERN stuff. Like I don't know. After all.
Oh right, we got that going on today. Okay.
Man, listen. How many people tagged us in
CERN
the articles?
Freaking out about the CERN thing, opening the parallel universe.
I am freaking out about the CERN thing. I do not trust those people.
Right.
I just don't.
All right.
I can't help it.
I mean, it's up to our space peeps, So.
What? No. That I really was done with the other one, and the next thing is my parallel universe stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were just trying to jump ahead. Friend.
Oh no. I am super excited about the CERN stuff. That's
researchers at Large Hadron Collider are confident to make contact with parallel universe in days. So this is where that tweet came from, friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Now here's the deal, right? What they're really doing now, CERN was down for a few years. They found the Higgs boson, which, as they called it, the God particle. Everybody was super psyched, right? And now they want to up game. And I think this week, they're going to be starting a new round of experiments. And what they're really going to be doing is looking for tiny black holes, right? They were only running the LHC at a certain level of TeVs, right? Which is the way that they measure their energy output. Tera electron volts, right? And they were kind of keeping it below what would be a potential event horizon for a black hole. But now they want to up game. And what they're saying is that if they can generate these little tiny black holes, that then they will know several different things. Number one, that there are parallel universes, and apparently they're not talking about not the multiverse. They're talking about actual extra, outside of our own dimension. I mean, physicists are pretty much in agreement that there are other dimensions. We're not talking about the many worlds interpretation. They're actually talking about if you had pieces of paper stacked on top of each other, there are dimensions, on both sides, kind of that they're all lined up in a row, and that we could actually reach into one of these dimensions. Our gravity from our universe would actually fall into this other place, right, through this little mini black hole. Now, we talked last week about how they were speculating that black holes it was probable that they were wormholes that would go to other places, right? Well, they should be able to kind of confirm that with this, because if they are able to open up one of these little black holes and you know, gravity from our universe seeps into this parallel universe,
they don't understand what gravity is.
Well, you know,
what I mean.
I've seen the gravity arguments. That always makes me kind of chuckle. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Naturally, I'm terrified. I don't know what they're doing over there. They've done a lot of crazy things at CERN, and yeah, I'm one of those people that thinks they're going to open up a portal to somewhere we don't need to be, right? But they're going to do it anyway. And the levels that they're going to be running this thing are insane. Like, they were staying below 5.3 TeVs. Yeah, but now they're literally trying to double that. So Lord only knows what's about to happen. Not only that, but it will confirm some new scientific theory that I really haven't had time to look into yet. Gravity's Rainbow. Nice name though, right? It's called Gravity's Rainbow. Sounds super pleasant. I'm sure it's not though.
Ooh, Jira Fang says the Urantia book has interesting take on gravity. I have the Urantia book, and I've read, like, I don't know, parts of it. It's huge, you guys. It's like twice the size of the Bible. It's massive, and nobody knows who left that book on this planet. And it's very, very interesting. And a lot of people swear by it. They've read the whole thing. I haven't had the time to read the whole thing, but I would love to. Maybe I'll dig into some Urantia while we're on our trip in the evening, while I'm relaxing for the little bit of time I get to do so. But yeah, so I didn't know they had talk about gravity in there. That's interesting.
Well, that's the thing. They're thinking that gravity from here might leak over into one of these, you know, these dimensions that they're able to reach, because, you know, ultimately they think the black holes will probably be like some sort of a traversable wormhole like we talked about last time. I personally think they're going to open up the gates to hell, but whatever, you know. Right. Good luck.
Right.
We'll see what happens.
So I didn't catch when they're going to start doing this foil.
This coming week. I think they're going to start running this coming week.
Great.
Oddly enough.
So do we know who's in control of CERN? Or is it white hats or is it black hats at this point?
All I can tell you is I don't know if you guys have seen it, again, with my rampant speculation, right? Did you ever see the video that they posted of, like, the scientists at CERN did, like, whatever it was, like the mock, they did a mock ritual right outside of that Shiva statue out there. I saw that. Claimed it was like, you know, it was just, they were just playing a joke, like a bunch of physicists out there doing the, you know, the dance of destruction around a statue of Shiva. Yeah, that was just a joke.
Yeah, that's totally normal.
Yeah,
that's what I go out and do every night.
Normal behavior, you know, for high level scientists, because that's what they do, right?
Yeah, totally weird. But I'm wondering who's in control of it. Like, really, honestly, it changes the game. If white hats are in control of CERN, maybe there's certain parts of it that could be used for benevolent purposes. I'm just saying it all depends on who's in control of CERN. So really, that's what we need to dig into and find out, is who is in control of CERN.
I see some people saying black hats. I don't know.
I mean, clearly it was a black hat operation, but hey, if white hats are in control, you guys, and they're reopening CERN and they're going to start playing with this stuff, maybe, or I'm just saying, I mean, I don't know.
Or they're turning this crap on now
to try to stop what's coming. I don't know. Theories.
I don't know.
All we have is
rampant
theories.
Speculation. That's what
right.
we do
Rampant
here.
speculation and theories.
Just like every other news channel, we rampantly speculate.
Anybody that works at CERN that would like to let us know what's going on, we would really appreciate it, because all we have is speculation, and the chat, we're all wondering what.
Tyler says CERN was definitely a cabal op. Hopefully Alliance.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But hopefully the Alliance is taken over. As I'm thinking, how is this reopening? Or
I don't know.
We can at least pray.
Is odd to me.
Look, we can at least pray that if it's not benevolent and white hats are not in control of CERN, that their operation will fail. Period. Just like it has before. That something will get in the way and it'll fail if it's not benevolent and the white hats are not in control. So there's a prayer. We got G. Morty we need to pray for, and his sister, and we need to pray that this outcome with CERN will be
does not open Abaddon's gate. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And really, we need to pray for.
We just need to pray as a group.
We need to pray as a group and as a people for direction and strength,
and discernment.
And discernment.
That's all I ever pray for, is direction and discernment.
Okay, so where are we moving on to from here? We don't have that many left.
Tiny robot backflips.
Tiny robot backflips.
How exciting is that? Yeah,
All
how cool is that? And there's a little video. How awesome.
All right,
Scroll down just a little bit. No, you don't. No, remember every time we click on something, it's something disastrous.
I don't play
just
that
scroll.
one?
No. Just scroll down just a little bit. It should be. There it is. Boop,
Whoa.
look at that thing. How awesome is that? Right? Isn't that cool? That's in a
live
colon,
ultrasound
by the way.
footage shows a microbot tumbling through a colon.
Yeah, in a living person.
That's a little robot inside of a living person, guys.
Yeah, they're little nanite-looking things, right? But they can be used to deliver targeted drug packages. Like, so, sometimes maybe you have to take a certain drug and then all your hair falls out because it's just attacking everything. These things can actually be used to very specifically hit their target as far as, life-saving drugs are concerned. Also, it's controlled by a magnetic field outside the body, which is kind of cool. They have like a little a little app that they can control these things with, which is kind of nifty. There's a lot of organs in there.
It's kind of scary, friend.
Well, no. Listen, I'll never take a nanite or any kind of robot. I don't care what the reason is. Like, I'll just go die in the corner quietly. I don't want any.
I don't want to have little mini robots inside of me and you with some app where you can control them. That's
look at that thing doing. I know. Have they not seen Stargate? I know, it's crazy.
I haven't seen Stargate. The movie or the series?
No, the series.
No, I haven't seen it.
Look at this thing doing little backflips.
I know. I'm just enamored. Aren't you guys enamored out there? It's crazy. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. It's doing flips. It's doing little flips.
It does look kind of cute, though. I mean, right? They can also be used as a diagnostic tool, which is kind of nifty. They're supposed to be non-toxic and biocompatible, according to the study.
Is this what the little guy looks like when he's not in the person's colon?
No, not at all. If you click on that, I think it does play, and it shows. They just look like little specks. They're so tiny. They look like little grains of metal.
This one's painted, and he's got shoes and stuff. And
it's the media.
He has antennas and shoes.
Cute side flipping clown robots in people's colons.
Well, I mean, hey, logical question, critical thinking here. Like, why would you paint the
robot,
would they
use that,
put little shoes and a little antenna on it, and then stick it in somebody's colon? I mean,
seems like
we've been working on these microscale tumbling micro robots. So these are small little magnetic bodies, which we can control using actual magnetic fields. So just like you have a car tire to go over rough terrain, we can use that same kind of modality to have these robots go over different rough terrain, dry surfaces and wet surfaces, up and down inclines. Our next step is what kind of real applications or biomedical applications can we do with these robots?
There's lots of potential applications for the technology that Dave's lab has really been pioneering. We picked something that we thought would be easy.
I don't want to get docked, so I better turn that off. How do I make it go away? They
look like little pieces of metal.
Oh, you set me up, Phil. Now I can't make it go away. There we go. Hey, it's not painted. You guys totally got me. That little guy is not painted. He's just a little machine. Here, why do they have a little tumbling robot that's all painted with shoes on?
I know. Clickbait, man.
That's clickbait.
And then they
they got us, guys.
Little squares.
They completely got us. We got is what happened just now.
Yeah. Show them. Aw, thanks, Suiterbug. That's sweet.
Suiterbug, I'll pray for you both. We should all pray for Trump. Absolutely, Suiterbug.
Man, amen to that for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes, we always need prayer, but I believe without a doubt that we will be victorious on November 3rd. Although people may argue about it for a while. It may take a minute for that to actually come out. Okay, so where are we? We are on did we want to go through the Seagate blog at all? Or
that's on you, dear.
I mean, we've kind of covered CERN. There's a lot in here, Foyle. There's a lot to unpack.
Yeah. Well, we can save it for next time because the UFO section is next, and that's my favorite.
Okay, so let's get to. They want us to go to the UFOs. I can feel it. They want us to jump because we've already been on for an hour and a half, so I know that's what they want. Okay, so moving on to UFOs, friends. It's not a question of belief. The film examining government UFO records. The phenomenon. For those of you that haven't seen it, I think I kind of broke it down in last week's episode that may now possibly be private.
I finally got it and watched it. Right. I finally watched it.
So the phenomenon studies the history of UFO claims from the 1940s to the summer's revelation of Department of Defense investigation into military sightings. The question of unexplained phenomena and unidentified flying objects has long fascinated the public as the subject of feverish American news coverage in the years post-Second World War and too many films and investigative documentaries to count, all landing on speculation without certainty. But the frantic oxygen-sucking roller coaster of headlines... What? When is it not frantic and oxygen-sucking? It always is.
Right.
That's what the news is. All right. The frantic oxygen-sucking roller coaster of headlines in the Trump administration has overshadowed a cascade of strange evidence. I love that show, Strange Evidence. Do you watch that, Foyle?
I have not seen that, no.
Oh, that show's great. All the weird stuff you can handle. Except I've seen them all now. I
definitely need to see that then.
Yeah, there's no new episodes for me to watch. So now I'm back to watching reruns of Ancient Aliens. But
what?
Yeah, I don't know. I've just been going. I just want to lay in bed and watch TV when I don't want to do anything else lately. And so Ancient Aliens.
You're not telling me nothing. I just stopped. I ran out of Supernatural episodes. Right. I just rewatched all the X-Files. I don't know what to do with myself at the moment. Fringe, I think.
Study a book. Next. Right.
Again.
Do
you know how much I read? Like I don't want to look at words for a while.
Well, I go through phases where I don't want to have nothing to do with the technology when I'm in my room, and I don't want to read because my eyes hurt from staring at computer screens. So I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm just gonna lay down and watch a show, and then I don't know. I got my TV working. I don't have to watch it on my phone now. So I was like, okay, and I got Amazon Prime. I'm like, I'm gonna watch.
Oh, how crazy, Alara! I literally just bought a TV for my bedroom this week.
Yeah,
I
needed
TVs
it
all through my house. I refused to put one in my room, but I was doing the same thing you did. I would lay there and watch my phone, and finally I was like, this is stupid. I'll just buy a TV.
Right. Seriously, now I can watch my YouTube like whistleblower stuff. I can watch it all on the TV. I don't have to sit here in the office and do it, which is very, very nice. So anyways, where were we?
Right.
Okay, so the phenomenon. For those that haven't watched it, it's the latest drip, partial disclosure. Not even partial.
It's mainstream stuff.
It's not even partial disclosure. I don't even know what it is. But anyway, I went on this tirade about this a week or two ago, and yeah,
it was a good tirade too, except for we were.
It was a really good tirade, but then the audio started stuttering in the middle of my tirade and just ruined the whole thing. That had to have been last week, right? I ruined the whole tirade. Yeah, and it was a good one too. I was on one too, huh, you guys? I was
like 3.5,
lit.
4 minutes. Yeah,
I was just on it, just mad about the partial disclosure and giving a speech and whole thing.
Decloak the ships, right?
Yeah, I was mad. Yeah, I was on an Alara. Yeah, on a rampage, but I got stopped, and that's probably a good thing, you know? That's how the universe
works. Right.
So,
they did talk about that incident with the kids in Africa for quite a while, which was interesting.
Did that get... Oh, I thought that's the only thing that made it stand out to me, truthfully, is...
it was kind of different information. We see the same cases over and over and over again that are spewed by the mainstream media.
Like, I don't want to hear about
Roswell anymore.
Just don't even bring it up.
Right.
Just don't.
Like, we know what happened there, right?
Nobody cares. Everybody knows. Let's move on. So this case, the one in Zimbabwe, it was Zimbabwe, right?
Yes.
You never hear about this case. Very few people know about it. And a ship landed on a schoolyard with a bunch of little kids, and the little guy got out and talked to the little kids.
Telepathically. They all told the same story.
Yeah,
they didn't contradict each other. They all said the same thing. They were all the equivalent level of freaked out. It wasn't like they sat around and came up and concocted this. No,
it was like, I'll trade you like 10 fireballs, dude, if you just go along with the story. You'd say the
You better say the alien got out, right? Telling your mom.
That was good, Foyle. All right, so frantic oxygen-sucking roller coaster of headlines in the Trump administration has overshadowed a cascade of strange evidence released by the government in recent years. In 2017, the New York Times revealed the existence of a partly classified government program, the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, otherwise known as ATIP, which investigated UFO reports from deep within the Pentagon. From deep within the Pentagon, yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
It's Luis Elizondo though, and I'm sure he's cool, but he's tied up with what's that guy? The rock star guy.
Oh, DeLonge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it. Tom DeLonge, right?
This is the grounding fact presented in the phenomenon, a documentary from longtime UFO enthusiast James Fox, which updates long-standing extraterrestrial theories with recent government regulations. Through the government said at the time that the program, which started in 2007 largely at the request of then Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, was shuttered. That's a weird word. Was shuttered due to lack of funding. In 2012, the New York Times later confirmed its continued existence as a renamed Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force. See, why do we need a task force?
They make task force for everything.
Clearly, they just show up and they interact with people and they shut down nukes and they do stuff like that. So why do we need a task force? Like you see what I mean?
Task force for everything, like drug task force.
I know, but they're trying to.
Peace task force.
Why do humans got to do that? Why do they always
make task force? I think they just think it sounds cool. I don't know. I'm on a task force.
You might be right. Probably.
I mean, what else are you gonna call
within the Office of Naval Intelligence, the barrage of bureaucratic titles couched a startling revelation. For more than a decade, the Pentagon had conducted classified briefings for congressional committees, aerospace company executives, and other government officials based on sightings, video footage, and radar logs by military pilots of unexplained aerial phenomena which seemed to transcend existing flight technology. Seemed to. You think?
Seemed to.
Yeah, it just seemed to. It could, but maybe not.
Right.
You know, we don't know, right? Transcend existing flight technology. No visible engine at 30,000 feet hypersonic speed. Numerous experts and astrophysicists have cautioned that just because an object is unidentified or unexplained doesn't mean it's extraterrestrial. Some of the unexplained incidents could be attributed to bugs in display systems.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Okay.
Right?
Atmospheric effects.
Right there, we
gas.
know.
Are we doing this again?
Right, we know what the agenda of this article is. So right there, I just thought I'd report on it, show you what was out in the mainstream about phenomenon, but we are not going to go any further on that because they're clearly not bugs.
I have a question. Okay, listen, they're right. I hate the swamp gas excuse. Didn't they mention Bigelow though in the movie, or am I misremembering? Because that can't happen. You know what I'm talking about? Robert Bigelow. Like, I remember hearing something about him.
Who owns the Skinwalker Ranch? Isn't it him?
It was him. I think somebody else bought it now, but he owned it for quite a while. But I mean, I guess he may be storing quite a bit of very interesting materials and stuff at his warehouse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact,
can we get in there or what?
Right, Kate. Kate, we require your services again. Don't ask me. Shit. No, but I remember hearing somewhere that he was actually storing some of the stuff that they've recovered at his warehouse. Tyler, I know you're out there. Am I wrong? You would know, right? I could be totally tripping. I don't know.
Tyler knows everything. He's not only super woke, but he's super educated on all things space related and
space. That's what I'm asking. Yeah. I swear Bigelow might have been getting some of the missing trillions of dollars, right? The black budget stuff. I swear I remember reading something about it getting funneled, part of it getting funneled to him, and he was storing a lot of those materials.
Well,
you know, again,
all right,
could
so
be just speculation. I don't know. I remember
maybe
that,
Tyler can clarify that. Hi, Cobalt Wolf. Good to see you. Daryl Devine, Joseph Yanni. Florida time, the Gulf Breeze UFO sightings, right? So there's lots of them in Florida, particularly in this area. Yes, Foyle. Can I help you?
Florida man? No, I just every time I hear about Florida, I always just think about the hysterical Florida man.
In the honor of Halloween, here's a column about Florida and the unexplained UFOs over Gulf Breeze, and there are a lot of them.
Listen, wait. Tyler says Bigelow is storing material in tech he was using MUFON. Ha, I wasn't tripping. Okay, continue, please.
Thank you, Tyler. We appreciate you. Wow.
Yes.
Right? Tyler knows stuff. Ed and Francis, is it Frances or France?
Francis Walters, yeah.
See? Mm-hmm. Why am I like that? I don't know. I never used to be like that. No, I'm serious. I've gotten like semi-retarded. Old, yeah, as I've gotten older, I've gotten like semi-retarded.
We're getting old.
Yeah. Ed and what is it? Francis?
Francis.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I should know that. It was like my grandmother's name. Not that. My great-grandmother. Okay.
Right.
Ed and Francis Walters claim that the dozens of photographs and a 1-minute, 38-second video that Ed shot in a 6-month span from November 1987 to May 1988 were those of spaceships over their home in Gulf Breeze, a Pensacola suburb. They weren't alone. A city council member said he saw a bright orange object fly over on March 17, 1988. A retired newspaper publisher said he saw it too. So did a doctor, a chemical engineer, and his wife. About 100 witnesses in all backed the Walters claims. Gulf Breeze is not the first place in Florida to report sightings. Indian legends, settler folklore, police affidavits, and numerous formal reports to the... Speaking of...
Right.
Right.
Move on.
Thank you. I love it how she knows when I'm stuck on stupid and just finishes for me. All detail people's convictions that something's out there in the skies over Florida and they saw it. Ed Walters didn't just see the ships, he says. They burned his grass and shot a beam of unearthly blue light that once froze his legs to the ground and another time missed his wife by inches while he captured the encounter on film.
Froze his legs to the ground.
He captured it on film. I gotta see Ed Walters' video. This has got to be good.
Is it not here?
No. So remember that, Foil. Write down Ed Walters. We gotta find Ed Walters' video.
All right, I got you.
Yeah, that sounds good. Wow. So he gets some intense experience. What do you call that? What kind of contact is that, you guys? Like contact of the what kind? The fourth or something? I don't know. When they actually.
Yeah, it would have. Third, maybe. I don't know. They did interact with him.
Right. He reported hearing in his mind both the instructions of the aliens and discussions of Earthlings he believes were being held aboard the ships.
Wonder what they were saying.
It sounds like a DS psyop to me, dude. That's what it's starting to sound like.
The dude
I'd like to see his video though. He said he saw an alien standing outside his window and by his bed. There's a 90-minute stretch for which he said he can't account that he said ended with him waking up face down on the bench, sand in his mouth. He believes he was a victim of an alien abduction. The Walters called the encounters the most astounding multiple sightings of UFOs in U.S. history. Oh, they got a book. And their book, The Gulf Breeze Sightings, which was followed by another book 4 years later. What naively we did was think that by writing it down, we could stop people like you from calling, Francis Walters laughed in 1996 telephone interview with the writer for my book, Weird Florida. How wrong we were, she said. Critics and the whole thing was a hoax. A reporter said he found a UFO model in Walters' attic, and others challenged the photographs as double exposure prints, the products of a faulty Polaroid and pictures of red balloons. The naysayers hadn't changed their minds. See this 30-year anniversary of the sightings, the Pensacola News-Journal in 2017. Others still insisted it really did happen. Wow. Walters, a building contractor by profession, told me in 1986 that he could not explain why his personal ordeal stopped at the end of that 6-month stretch. Often there are questions... Well, that's kind of sounding more to me like it was an operation, honestly. Well, I don't know. It'd be interesting to read the guy's book, or at least check out his video and skim through the book and see what the deal is with that.
We need to get some good sighting videos.
I know we do.
I haven't seen a good one. I mean,
I know we do.
You know,
I know we do.
In a minute.
We'll get there, though. We just started this show. We got to get to the point where, you know, we'll eventually get there, though. You know, we will. So let me see if I can pull up. Did I just read that entire article and not be showing you guys? Really? That's awesome. All right, so yeah, buddy. Okay, look at the Schumann, guys. So if you're feeling kind of weird, if you're feeling some type of way, feeling kind of funny, look at the Schumann. So our whiteouts are back.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the patterns.
I noticed some the other day, and I could tell I was feeling.
Right?
I was feeling it.
Yeah, so watch your coffee because we're living on the edge right now. Something's going on because it's really changed. And you know, I noticed today the Schumann bot Twitter account is saying some weird stuff. I'm just saying. The Twitter account
as
I don't know, just tweeting out weird stuff. You know, not that I don't do that, but I'm not a bot. I'm you know so.
Well, listen. If that thing is a bot, right?
Right.
I mean, you know.
It shouldn't be saying weird things. Is my point.
Well, I mean, at some point, a lot of these things do try to learn from the interactions that it has, right, and then alters its patterns based on what it's learning, which is frankly terrifying. But whatever.
So it looks like, guys, we're sustaining at about 16, though we've got some really erratic patterns going and spikes that, I mean, the spikes aren't going too high. It looks like we're getting into 28, but the whiteouts aren't even going above really 20. So, but just the pattern in and of itself seems kind of, I don't know, unique. For those that watch the Schumann resonance, they'll know what I'm talking about. It's kind of a unique pattern. I have not had a chance to check into the space weather today. I've been wrapped up trying to fix these audio issues, so I haven't had a chance to check and see if we have any dangerous space events coming upon us, or how that space, what do you call it? The sunspot. There's a couple sunspots that were growing. I just want to make sure they weren't getting any bigger.
Yeah, that's right.
But we're at 146 right now, and because I didn't prepare and look into that, we'll go ahead and just... What's up, Foil?
You mentioned the bot saying crazy things, so I had to look, right?
Right.
Yeah, literally an hour ago, this thing tweets, "Do you guys want to see my rare Pepes? I'll show you tomorrow, I promise." Just thought I'd take a look. Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
So, oh, I hope I'm not getting that cough. All right, so what do we got to mention before we close? Is there anybody else we need to mention, where you can locate them, what's going on? I think I already covered methods, red pill,
Calodro,
White Hat. As far as everybody else, I don't know. Kate and I will keep you guys updated. You will be able to catch us on the Kate Awakening channel for Pink Patriot Podcast on Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, just like we normally do. It'll be a little bit different of a show, but it will be at the same time, same channel. And then we will be announcing from there where we will be moving the show's live link permanently, which, if I had to guess now, would be this cloud bot situation I can't pronounce and don't know what it is, or Twitch. And then, like I said, my BitChute, everything that needs to be moved over that cannot stay on this channel will be moved over to BitChute. And Kate will be starting one as well, so make sure and go subscribe to Kate's BitChute so that you have access to her stuff in case her spot doesn't make it past the next cut. So yes. And
all right.
I think
thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, White Hat. Thank you, Suiterbug, for the super chats. And they will be put to good use.
Thank you to all of our moderators. I hope I don't miss anybody, but
much love to the mods.
Tyler, Neo, Kate, who else is moderating tonight? Elise, Love by the Moon, I believe, and I think I named everybody. I hope I didn't forget anybody. But yes.
Path of Most Resistance.
Thank you very much to the moderators. We always love hanging out with you guys and talking about space stuff. And we will see you next Sunday night for Space Force News. And
please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And follow us on Twitter. Our links are in the description below. You can donate to Space Force News Live, either at loyaltothefoil.com or clearly in the super chats. Yay! Also in the description below. Make sure to meet us here next Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, for another awesome episode of Space Force News Live. Keep your eyes on the skies and stay loyal, friends.
We are your news in this dimension and the next. Good night, space peeps.
Deuces.